Hello and welcome to a series of videos on pure arithmetic. Class 9, Unit 1, Exercise 1. Mathematics has many branches like algebra, geometry, calculus, arithmetic, etc. Being a part of the mathematics, arithmetic deals with numbers, properties of numbers, and many operations on numbers. Operations like subtraction, addition, multiplication, division, and so on. In this series, we'll mainly discuss rational and irrational numbers, and both of them are under the real numbers. In the previous classes, we have already studied natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers. And in this series, we'll discuss thoroughly about rational numbers and irrational numbers. All these numbers comes under real numbers. So natural numbers are real, all whole numbers are also real numbers, and even the irrational numbers are also real numbers. Now let us have a quick recap on the natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers. Natural numbers. In our day-to-day life, we deal with different types of numbers to express something in quantity or to measure something. Suppose we have to know the number of students in a classroom. Naturally, what we do, we start our counting from 1 onwards, and finally we arrive at the required numbers, say 10 students in the classroom. We have to count from 1. So all numbers starting from 1 onwards up to infinity is called the natural numbers or counting numbers. And they are generally represented like this. N is the set of all natural numbers, and within these two brackets we write all the elements. There are infinite numbers of natural numbers, but starting number is number 1. So if we take any number, say number 3 is a natural number, so we can write like this. We did this. 3 belongs to the set n. That means 3 is a natural number. Similarly, if we take any number, say 25 within the natural numbers, so 25 belongs to the set n. That means 25 is a natural number. Now, natural numbers can be expressed in the number line, and the number line will start at 1 and it will go up to infinity, and at every step we go 1 unit ahead towards the right side. So this is the number line for natural numbers. Now coming to the whole numbers. During counting, if there is nothing to count, that means, for example, say there is no student in the classroom. Now in that situation we can use the number 0. So number 0 is an interesting number, and it represents nothing or no quantity. Nothing or no quantity. If we include 0 to the natural numbers, then we get another set of numbers, and that is called the whole numbers, and we represent this set of whole numbers by the letter W. So W is the set of all whole numbers. Now you take any number, say 5. So 5 belongs to W. Now 0 belongs to W. That means 0 is a whole number, 5 is a whole number. Now 5 belongs to N. That means 5 is a natural number, and 0 does not belong to n because 0 is not a natural number. So you can see all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. in such case, we can write n is a proper subset of W. That means all the elements or numbers present in this set of natural numbers are present in the set of whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Now, in the number line, whole number will start from 0 and will go one step at a time towards the right side, and this is the number line for whole numbers. Now, the integers. These are whole numbers, and for all these numbers, these are positive numbers, and for every positive number there may be a negative number or opposite of the positive numbers. So if we include the negative numbers, then this set of numbers will be called the set of integers, and this is represented by letter I or letter Z. So I is the set of all integers. Now here you can see this is set of natural numbers, this is the set of whole numbers. So all natural numbers are integers, all whole numbers are also integers. So we can write all natural number is a pure subset of integer, and whole number is also a pure subset of integers. You see, -3 belongs to the set of integers, but -3 does not belong to set of whole numbers, and this is also not a natural number. So these are the positive integers and these are the negative integers. So including 0, these are called the integers. Now let us take two consecutive integers, say 0 and 1. Between these two integers, there are infinite numbers of numbers. Numbers like 1 upon 5, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 2, 2 upon 3, etc. etc. And in the negative side, if we take, say, these two integers, in between these also there are infinite numbers of numbers like this. So these type of numbers, we call them the fractions or the fractional numbers. So these fractions may be positive as well as negative, including 0, which is a neutral. Now, these fractions can also be expressed in decimal form. For example, 1/2 is 0.5, 2/3 is equal to 0.6666, etc. and 4/5 is equal to 0.8. So all fractions can be expressed in decimal form. All positive fractions and negative fractions, including 0, comes under another set of numbers called the rational numbers, represented by letter Q. So Q is the set of all rational numbers. And there is another set of numbers called the irrational numbers, represented by letter Q dash and sometimes represented by letter P. So Q is the set of all irrational numbers, and no rational number is irrational number and no irrational number is rational number. Both these rational and irrational numbers, they form another set of numbers, and that is called the real number R. So R is the set of all real numbers, and therefore Q is a pure subset of R, real number, and Q dash is also a pure subset of real numbers. All the numbers, natural, whole, and integers, including the rational numbers, fractions, are real numbers. Even the irrational numbers are real numbers. So this number line is number line for the integers because it contains 0, 1, 2 in the right side, and in the left side 0, -1, -2, etc. Now if we include the fractions like say half, 2/3, minus half, and we can include more fractions like this, 1/4, 3/4, -1/4, -3/4, etc. Even we can include more fractions, and then it will be 1/8. This will be 3/8, and this will be -1/8, and this is -3/8. This is the number line for the fractions or rational numbers. For every fraction, there is a decimal form also. Numbers are basically divided into two parts. One is real numbers and another is imaginary numbers. Real numbers are real. They can be found in the number line and they have real world applications or uses. While imaginary numbers are imaginary and cannot be quantified on the number line, and they do not have a tangible or real value. So in the next part, we'll discuss more on rational numbers. Thank you.